Welcome back to our search and rescue training series. Today, we're diving deep into Scenario B, the long delay. This is a critical situation where every minute counts, so let's get right into it. The call comes in. A person was last seen 2 hours ago. This isn't a fresh trail, it's a long delay which completely changes our initial strategy. A 2-hour gap means the subject could be anywhere within a significant radius. Our first priority is to stop, think, and plan before rushing into the field. Rushing in blind is a recipe for disaster and wasted resources. So, what's the very first step? As the team leader, your immediate action is to establish communication with the Rescue Coordination Center, or RCC. This is non-negotiable. The RCC is the central nervous system of the entire operation. They have the big picture, access to multiple resources like air support, other SAR teams, and law enforcement, and they handle all the high-level coordination. When you contact the RCC, you need to provide a clear, concise report. What do you know? Start with the basics. Who is missing? Their name, age, physical description, and clothing. What was their last known position, or LKP? When were they last seen? 2 hours ago. What was their intended route or plan, if known? Do they have any medical conditions we need to be aware of? Are they experienced in the outdoors? Every piece of information helps the RCC build a comprehensive profile of the missing person. This initial report sets the stage for the entire search operation. It's the foundation upon which everything else is built. Don't leave anything out, no matter how small it seems. Once you've relayed this critical information, your next conversation with the RCC is about strategy. You'll discuss the search area, potential hazards, and the resources you have available. The RCC will officially task your team and authorize the search. This is also when you confirm communication protocols. What channels will you use? What are the check-in intervals? Clear communication is the lifeline of a successful rescue. Without it, teams can get lost, efforts can be duplicated, and safety is compromised. Now, with the RCC fully engaged and the official tasking underway, we can turn our attention to the search method itself. For a long delay scenario like this, our go-to strategy is the parallel track search. Why this method? Because it's designed to cover a large area systematically and efficiently. Imagine you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You wouldn't just jump into the middle and start rummaging around. You'd create a grid and search it section by section. The parallel track search, sometimes called a sweep search, works on the same principle. We create a series of parallel lanes, or tracks, that our searches will walk along. The distance between these lanes, known as the track spacing, is crucial. It's determined by several factors: the terrain, the vegetation, and the visibility. In dense forest, your track spacing might be only 10 or 20 meters apart, ensuring you have good visual coverage between searches. In open, flat terrain, you could expand that to 50 meters or more. The goal is to maximize the probability of detection. We want to be confident that if the missing person is in our search area, we will find them. As the team leader, you'll work with the RCC to define the search area boundaries and determine the appropriate track spacing. Let's break down how to execute it. First, you define your search box on a map. You establish a starting line or baseline. Your search team lines up along this baseline, spaced out according to the predetermined track spacing. Each searcher is assigned a compass bearing to follow. This is usually perpendicular to the baseline. For example, if your baseline runs east-west, your searches will all walk due north. Everyone starts walking at the same time, maintaining their spacing and their bearing. The key here is discipline. It's not a race. Searches need to move slowly and deliberately, constantly scanning their lane and the area halfway to the searcher on their left and right. They are looking for any sign of the missing person, footprints, broken branches, discarded items, or, of course, the person themselves. The team members at the ends of the line, the flankers, have an extra responsibility. They often use flagging tape to mark the edge of the area that has been searched. This prevents teams from searching the same ground twice and provides a clear visual reference for the next sweep. Coordination is everything. The team leader is typically positioned in the center or slightly behind the line, where they can maintain visual contact with as many team members as possible and manage the pace. The pace is set by the slowest person or the most difficult terrain within a lane. Everyone must stay in line. If one person gets ahead or falls behind, it creates gaps in your search coverage. A gap is a place where the missing person could be missed. Communication during the sweep is vital. Team members use radios to report findings, hazards, or if they are having trouble maintaining the line. If a clue is found, the entire line halts. The clue is assessed, documented, and reported to the team leader and the RCC. The RCC might decide to change the search plan based on this new information. Perhaps they'll concentrate more resources in the area where the clue was found. Once the team reaches the end of the search box, they don't just turn around and walk back. They regroup. The team leader confirms everyone is accounted for and safe. Then, they wheel or reposition for the next sweep. The flanker on one end becomes the pivot point, and the whole line swings around to start a new set of parallel tracks right next to the area they just covered. The flagging tape they left behind now marks the new boundary. This process is repeated over and over, like mowing a lawn, until the entire search area has been thoroughly covered. Now, let's talk about the practical challenges. Terrain is never perfectly flat or uniform. You'll encounter hills, gullies, thick brush, and streams. Maintaining a perfectly straight line and consistent spacing is almost impossible. This is where good training and leadership come in. Searchers need to know how to navigate around obstacles while maintaining their general bearing and spacing. If a searcher has to go around a large rock outcropping, they need to communicate that to the team and rejoin the line as soon as it is safe to do so. Fatigue is another major factor. A parallel track search is physically and mentally demanding. Searchers are on their feet for hours, often in difficult conditions, all while maintaining intense focus. As a team leader, you must monitor your team's condition. Ensure they are staying hydrated, eating, and taking short breaks when needed. Pushing a team beyond its limits leads to mistakes and puts everyone at risk. The RCC can help with rotating fresh teams in to relieve tired ones. So, to recap Scenario B, the long delay. Step 1, acknowledge the 2-hour delay. Step 2, immediately coordinate with the RCC, providing all known information. Step 3, work with the RCC to establish a search area and plan. Step 4, execute a disciplined parallel track search. Remember to determine the correct track spacing based on visibility and terrain. Step 5, maintain line integrity, constant communication, and a controlled pace. And finally, Step 6, continuously monitor your team's welfare and report all findings back to the RCC. This systematic approach is our best bet for locating a missing person when a significant amount of time has passed. It turns a chaotic situation into a controlled, methodical operation, maximizing our chances of a successful outcome. Practice this scenario, know your role, and be prepared. The life you save could depend on it. Thanks for watching our training session on Scenario B. Make sure you're subscribed for more search and rescue guides and tutorials. Stay safe out there.